Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. So 287. Mata Pitrur Malodbhutam Malamam Samayam Vapuhu Tyaktva Chandala Vadduram Brahmi Bhuya Kriti Bhava. थोड़ा वॉल्यूम कम करो, हमिंग हो रहा है. सो किसका बजा? ब्रह्मचारी जी का ही बज गया. उनके सामने जो दो बैठे हैं बाकी सब लोग चेक कर लो अपने नेबर का फोन. So 286 we saw three things we should be careful about which create distraction. One is tamas, which is symbolized by sleep, nidra. It's very interesting. Sleep. When one is a child, one is sleeping a lot. Anyway, the regular sleep also 6 to 7 hours minimum one will sleep. Then when there is sickness, again lot of rest one has to take. In old age, sometimes sleep doesn't come. And when one dies, again the body is going to be put to rest. So what is the time that is available for the nididhyasan is very less actually. Because in the waking hours, so much time goes away in working, eating, meeting people, finishing all the daily things. How much time is available for nididhyasan is very less. In that also, if one is going to entertain laziness or some lethargy, then no point. So, nidra, then lokavarta, gossip, and shabdaderapi, all the various sense objects. All these three will lead to vismriti. They can make a person forget the truth, lead the person away from the steady contemplation. In Bhakti Shastra also, in Narad Bhakti Sutra, similar thing is said. For the devotee, what is the biggest cause of sorrow? Tad vismarane parama vyakulata. When we forget Bhagavan, for the devotee, that is the biggest sorrow. In Nididhyasan, we say it is remembrance of the self, the mind goes away from that, then one falls into bondage. So he says, Kvachin navasaram datva, without giving in to these three. Don't give even a little chance to these three to make us forget the truth. Now 287 he says, this body, Mata pitroho malodbhutam. This body is born from what? From the impurities of the body of the parents. And what is it? Mala mamsamayam vapuhu. This vapuhu, this body also is made up of impurities and full of mamsa. Made from the impurities, born out of impurities, is constituting of the impurities, mala mamsamayam vapuhu. One will say, what is this, Swamiji? This body is so nice. We spend so much time decorating, beautifying, बाल बनाओ, फिर आई whatever eyelashes करो, फिर ये करो, फिर वो करो, फिर what do you call? Foundation लगाओ, lipstick लगाओ. That's the whole point precisely. Ki this is mala mam samayam vapuhu, which is why all this is to be done to make it look attractive. Ramana Maharshi used to say, body is like a wound. Every day the wound has to be cleansed and medicine has to be applied, plaster has to be put, no? Bandage. He said, body is like a wound. Every day give bath to the body, put the makeup on the body, give the clothes to the body. And what is this? Made up of 5 elements. Jada vastu it is. Suppose there is a dustbin and it is stinking, smelling. Food is there in that and it has not been cleared. Will you like to go near that? From far one will be away, no? One will not even like to go near that dustbin. But if we say, why don't you go and sit in that dustbin? How will one feel? One will say, kya baat hai Swamiji? What are you saying? How can we go and sit inside that dustbin? But that's what we are doing now, na? What is this? This is mala mamsamayam vapuhu. This is nothing but that. It is a good tool for sadhana, that's about it. The purpose of this is to create, this is called Pratipaksha Bhavana. The purpose of this is to deflate the inflated value we have given to the body. And how much attachment to the body and how much compromise with dharma for what? For this body. For food, for drinks, for enjoyments, for house, for luxuries, all that is for what? Only for this body. How much discrimination happens on the basis of this body also or not? Gender discrimination happens. Racial discrimination happens. Skin color, what all happens in the world. All because of what? Body. And what is this body? Did I have this body before I was born? No. Will this body remain after I am dead? No. It is temporary equipment that I am having, that's all. But when I don't have that vision that I have a body and I think I am the body, then one lives with that attachment and that is the cause of our sorrow. So the idea here is not to condemn. Don't look at somebody and say, malamam samayam vapuhu. This is also malamam samayam vapuhu only. The idea is to tell our mind, why am I so fascinated with this body? This is jada vastu. And it is, if you analyze 9 holes in the body, what comes out of all the 9 holes? Is anything sacred? Is all dirt and filth. Bhagavan has packaged this body very nicely, that's all. If you remove one layer of the skin, 7 layers are there, just one layer of the skin also if you remove, will we love the body? One layer, that's all. Hmm. So whom are we loving? The skin. And that skin also will be like this for how long? Wrinkles will start coming. First time the first white hair comes, what happens? One wants to cover it up or pluck it. First time somebody told you uncle, auntie, how one felt? Hey, don't tell me uncle. Don't tell me auntie. Call me Didi. अब दीदी भी नहीं, दी. Short form, सबका short form. Why? No, I am not old. Arey, how many people tell us, when we do youth camp, we will write age group and we will send. This is for the age group of 18 to 35. Gangotri, Gomukh, Uttarkashi, suppose we say one camp. Now, the moment we put that age limit and we send out, 5 elderly people will call saying, Swamiji, I am only 65 years young. Can I come? I am only 75 years young. Can I join? I am young at heart. Why are you not accepting you are old? No, I am not old. Body is old. At that time, Vedanta one starts applying. I am young at heart. This is body. And this is made up of this mala, mamsa, all this. So the more I have that clarity, the detachment I have from the body, the easier it will be to contemplate. So here he says that Mata Pitroho Malodbhutam Mala Mamsamayam Vapuhu. It is mala only. This first line, this whole shloka is only to destroy my body identification. This is not to say that do not take care of the body. If you are sick, don't eat the medicine. Daily don't eat proper food. Why? No. The idea is that I have a false sense of exaggeration I have done. Oh, this body is so great. I am this body. I don't know who am I without this body. That has to be dropped. Shariram adyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Body is the first tool to do dharma. That's all. Body is meant for sadhana. Body is not meant for bhoga. Two things the seeker must be very careful of. One is bhoga asakti. Bhoga asakti and karma asakti. With this body, these two, if we go on strengthening, this will lead to bondage. Bhoga sakti and karma sakti. With this body, I am doing so much of karma. For what? For bhoga. Kurute karma bhogaya karma kartum cha bhunjate. I do karma for what? Enjoyment. And for enjoyment, I do more karma. Which will lead to more enjoyment. This cycle goes on. Karma and bhoga, cycle keeps going on. In that, what one has missed out? Jnana. Jnana is gone. Body was given to us to get jnana. But that jnana has got left somewhere and one is engaging fully in karma. And by karma, what do we mean? Selfish karma. For the purpose of bhoga. Enjoyment can be one part of life, that's all. Whole life can't be for enjoyment. Vivekananda ji said that. Very simple statement but very powerful statement. He said, pleasure is not the goal of life. Knowledge is the goal of life. But if we imagine, all our hard work is meant for what? Enjoy. So enjoyment, then that for that enjoyment, the person compromises with dharma, cuts the throat of people, does not live properly by values, does all kinds of mischief. Only because of what? Bhoga asakti. I want enjoyment. Because that's the conditioning. That every other yoni I am able to do. All the other animals, birds, plants, everybody is doing bhoga or not. As a human being, what is my uniqueness. I must contemplate. So, mata pitrod malod bhutam, malamam samayam vapuhu, tyaktva, abandon. Now, please remember, tyaktva doesn't mean literal physical abandoning. Don't say, I abandon this body now. Don't take something and harm yourself, Baba. Tyaktva chandalavad duram. Chandala means what? A dog eater. A person who is so lowly in the evolution that this person will kill even one's own dog who is so faithful and eat that dog. Chandalavat. Meaning how one doesn't even go near that person. One abandons that person from far, saying, no, I don't want to go near. Such a cruel person, such a insensitive, heartless fellow. Like that, it is said, drop the identification with the body. Tyaktva chandalavad duram. Brahmi bhuya kriti bhava. Then what to do? On one hand, drop the false identification with the body, and on the other hand, contemplate, I am infinite consciousness alone. Brahmi bhuya. If I use this body to realize that Brahman, then kriti bhava. Kriti bhava means one has fulfilled the purpose of this body, krita kritya. One has become fulfilled. If that is not done, then this body will become the cause for further new bodies. And just think about it. What is the pain of rebirth? If you read Shiva Parada Kshamapana Stotram, in that first shloka Shankaracharya ji says, Adau karma prasangat kalayati kalusham matra kukshav sthitam mam. That because of some past karma, I came into the womb of my mother. Matra kukshav sthitam mam. And what is the situation there? Vind mutra medhya madhye kvathayat nitaram jatharo jata vedaha. I am amidst that mala and mutra and all that of the mother, and in that there is Jatharagni of the mother, that is also hot. If you should listen to Gurudev's video on that. It is so, on one hand it is deep vairagya it will induce, on the other hand it is full of humor. Why? Because he is saying inside there is no tube light. It is dark. You are hanging upside down. And there is heat of the mother all over around that womb. And inside, it is not some 4 BHK that you are having. There is a space problem. ऐसे सिकुड़ के उल्टा लटके हुए हो. In that, if there are twins, triplets, you had it. And stinking, smelling, no cross ventilation. Now we talk about mineral water chahiye. What were you inside? Have you thought about it? Where does the baby urinate and pass the stool? In the womb only, inside only. And it is lying inside that only. 9 months getting cooked up there. Shastra says it is like being in the hot cauldron of molten iron. It is like that inside. And so the Jiva says that, Shantavyo me parada Shiva 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 Bho, Shri Mahadeva Shambho Bhagavan. I did not remember you in my previous janma, and so I am in this Vind Mutra Medhya Madhye Kvathayati Nitaram Jatharo Jata Vedaha. I am in this Jatharagni, burning, getting cooked up, roasted royally. This time I will not do the mistake. Please forgive my error of omission. I did not remember you. This time when I am born, I will definitely remember you, Bhagavan. And that Jiva is crying. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, Garbhastuti is there in that. What Shankaracharya ji wrote in one shloka, in Bhagavatam, in Garbhastuti, that Jiva is written long, one big Garbhastuti is there. Same thing is expressing here, Baba, this Garbha, I don't want Garbhavas again. So, what does the Jiva do? Prays intensely. This time I am definitely going to remember Bhagavan. And when the Jiva is born, The moment the jiva is born, you know why the jiva cries? Medically, it will be said the jiva has to cry because the first breath the jiva will take. And if that jiva doesn't cry, then the doctor will give one or two. And then jiva starts, the baby starts breathing. But why the jiva cries actually? That the winds of Maya have touched me now and I am forgetting Bhagavan. Again, I will have to be born in the next janma, again get into the womb of the mother. Think about it. That's why the Gita Bhagavan says, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosha, Anudarshanam. Go on reflecting on the Dukkha and the Dosha of what? First and foremost, Janma. Again I have to be reborn. Arey Baba. And our Guruji says very nicely, he says, biggest motivating factor for getting mukti is what? I don't want to go to school again. Imagine, again I have to be born and go to school. Baap re baap. मेहनत से उसमें से निकले हैं. And by the time you come back, पता नहीं क्या होगा दुनिया का. I am तो very happy saying that wow, I am born now. अभी अगला जन्म नहीं चाहिए. Because at least I enjoyed my childhood. I didn't have this nursery and creche and play school and all that. Happily we entered only into LKG. तब तक happily we were playing at home. Now the small children, Rama. बेचारे का ट्यूशन चालू हो जाता है 1 साल की उम्र से. बिकॉज उसको एडमिशन देना पड़ेगा 2 साल या 3 साल में. एंड देन प्ले बुक, कौन सा क्या है, प्ले स्कूल और वट एवर दे आर, क्रैश, नर्सरी, प्ले स्कूल, उसके बाद हो जाएगा. बाय द टाइम यू कम बैक, किसको पता, इंडोक्ट्रिनेशन विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द वूम ओनली. लगा देंगे कोई चिप आपके इसमें डाल के. हु नोस व्हाट हैपेंस. क्यों आना है भाई वापस? जिसको आना है वो आ जाओ. बट द पॉइंट इज, इफ वन रिमेंबर्स व्हाट इज द दुख ऑफ द बर्थ, then drop the body identification. Gurudev used to say this. So many times if you listen to his talks now, he will say this is calcium, carbon, phosphorus. Or he will say this is mobile manure. 70 kilos of mobile manure. Meaning what? When we die, it will become manure only. If you burn it or you bury it, it is manure. Right now, because of consciousness inside this is appearing very lively. The moment that leaves, finished, this is what? From the person to the body, it will take not even 1 minute. Till now, when you are alive, they will call you with your name. The moment you die, they will say, this body. Body ko lao, body ko le jao, body ko uthao. Suddenly you became body. Till then you were a person. Now the moment that person went, ab ye body ho gaya. Bharya bibhyati tasmin kai. That same spouse who loved you so much now will say, le jao. Why? Because the body starts decaying, smelling, stinking. Even now it is smelling and stinking. We keep putting all that perfume and this and that. What else? Otherwise, nobody can stand this body. And what is the value of this body if you think about it? It has enough lime to make 3 cakes of soap, enough iron to make 10 nails, enough phosphorus to make 1 matchbox, enough sugar to sweeten some 5 cups of sugar tea. That's all it is. You put this 5 spoons of sugar, 3 cakes of lime, 1 matchbox, 10 nails. You sell all this, how much will you get? But that same body, heart, kidney, eye, all that is taken out and it is sold or not. That human being has made all that. But the point is what? Ki this body, finally it is just a sthul sharir, gross body, that's all. And you know the strange thing is this. In Bhagavatam it is said, the body that we have now. So it is said in general, it is a basic general rule, that those who are men in this body, in this life, will become women in the next life. Those who are women in this life will become men in the next life. Why? Because in this life they are thinking about the opposite gender. That's why. So soch lo, what will happen? Those who are men, those who are doing all kinds of atrocities on the women, अगले जन्म में वो क्या बनेंगे? Become the woman. Then go through all that unnecessary. Why do I want to do all that? And which janma, what is the guarantee that once a human, always a human? Does our Shastra say that? Our Shastra says, as per whatever Sanchit Karma is ready to give result, you will get the body. I imagine you become one banyan tree in Chinmaya Vibhuti and you are standing like that. Kitne साल तक? What will you do? Then one will regret कि यहीं पे चिन्मय विभूति में ही मुझे ज्ञान दिया था, आत्मज्ञान, लेकिन मैंने लिया नहीं, बन गया पेड़. Imagine some dog, some cat, those yonis are still, what we call as the shorter lifespan, right? These are jada yonis. Jada yoni in the sense thavar, not jada. The tree, etc., they are thavar yoni. They are only in one place. And for long time one will be in that. So if one remembers all this, the human life doesn't come so easily, and there is no guarantee that once a human, always a human. So what should one do? Tyaktva chandalavad duram. From far, abandon this body identification. It should be nowhere near us. I use the body to do sadhana, keep the body fit, do exercise. I always give this formula. FEST. Food, exercise, sleep, and training of the senses. Do these 4 things with the body, and the body will be like a fest. Don't do these 4 things, body will be what? Pest. That's it. It will keep creating pain. Take sattvic food, do exercise, keep the body fit. Don't say, I anyway walk. Regular exercise is required, not just the daily walking to the market and all that. I must have the proper exercise, strength training, cardio exercise, both. Combination of strength training and cardio, both is required. Only cardio will not work. Only simply walking will not work. Simply jogging will not work. Especially as we grow old, muscle loss happens a lot. Cardio is required with strength training. So I have to do. Don't say I am not the body. No. And sleep, proper sleep at the right time. Not any time. It's not 8 hours of sleep I require at any time. I require 8 hours of sleep between 10 and 6. The hormones which release at that time will release only at that time. They won't release in the daytime because they go by the sunlight and the eyes and that pineal gland. So after sunset, the pineal gland will release melatonin, that is sleep hormone. And if that doesn't happen properly, if we don't sleep at the right time, ulta things will happen. Those who keep up late in the night, that leptin will release. Leptin will make you hungry. Then you eat food. Then we munch and do whatever that compulsive eating. Then put on weight. All kinds of gadbad happens. Why? Because I did not follow the body clock, circadian rhythm. So food, exercise, sleep, and training of the senses. These senses have to be trained, not to crave for sense objects. If this I do, then I am taking care of the body. Then this will happen. Brahmi bhuya kriti bhava. Then I can contemplate on the truth and realize the self. So keep the body just as a tool. Always tell, every day at least 10 times one should tell oneself, I have a body, I am not the body. Simple. I have a body, I am not the body. 10 बार बोल दो दिन में, and at different points in time, we live with that attitude, then this body will not create more trouble. It will become a means, aid for sadhana. Now, next one. Ghatakasham mahakasha ivatmanam paratmani vilapya khanda bhavena tushnim bhava sada mune. So, Ghatakasham Mahakasha Iva. See, this body is what makes the division of inside and outside appear real to us. There is no division of inside and outside. Like how the example is given is of this Ghatakasha and Mahakasha. Ghatakasha means the space enclosed by the pot. Mahakasha is the outer space. Now, this outer space and pot space, are they different? No. Is there inside space and outside space? From pot standpoint, we say pot space is inside and Mahakasha is outside. But it is not true. That's only an illusion created by the boundary of the pot. Otherwise, there is only one space. Same way, there is one infinite consciousness alone. But I don't realize that, and I feel I am that small little Atma inside this body, and now this Atma has to merge with that Paramatma. Ghatakasham Mahakasha Iva Atmanam Paramatmani. Vilapya. Vilapya means what? Merge. We don't have to literally merge it. It is already one. Vilapya means drop the false identification. Do you have to destroy the pot to realize that pot space and the outside space is one? No. I don't have to destroy the body. I have to destroy only body identification. That's all. And it is not that when the body will die, then this one little Atma will go up and it will merge with the Paramatma. None of that will happen. When you break the pot, do you see the pot space going and merging into the Maha Akash? There is no merging, it is already one with that. The wave rises and falls in the ocean. Does the wave merge actually with the ocean? Even when it is rising, it is the ocean. Even when it is there, it is the ocean. Even when it is falling, it is the ocean only. There is no difference. In that way, Vilapya Akhanda Bhavena. Akhanda, just like that pot space has no, the Mahakasha, the outer space doesn't have any divisions. It is Akhanda, it is unbroken. In that way, there is only one consciousness. If one sees that this is my Atma, that is his Atma, this is that person's Atma, we are seeing conditionings, so we think that Atma is inside everybody. It is not. There is only one infinite consciousness. Vilapya Akhanda Bhavena. So meditate on this oneness is what the shloka here says. Tushnim Bhava Sada Mune. Become peaceful. That there is only one Atma and that is me. Now, as many pots can be created in the space, as many divisions may appear in the space, but the space remains unaffected, undivided, one wholesome space. In that way, bodies and bodies may be there, but I am none of these. I am that infinite consciousness, and none of these bodies can break me. None of these bodies can create any, can affect me in any way. So this is the meditation that one will do. This is called Avachedavada in Vedanta. Avachedavada is this Ghatakasha and Mahakasha example is called Avachedavada. The reflection of the sun in the bucket of water, that is called Pratibimbavada. Each one has a different utility. Pratibimbavada. This is Avachedavada, is the pot and space example. Meaning the space can never be bound by the pot. No matter what is inside the pot. It can be milk pot, sugar pot, honey pot. Anything is inside the pot. Does it affect the space? No. Pot is like the body. The liquid inside it is like the subtle body, mind and intellect. And when we transfer the liquid from one pot to another pot, that is the process of death and rebirth. From one body, this jiva goes into another body. Jiva doesn't realize that my nature actually is the space. I am one with the space. I am thinking of myself only as this liquid identified with this body. So I have a strong identity. I am a greater pot. Why? Because I am honey pot. That is a lesser pot. Why? Because that is water pot. All that is wrong notion. Who are you? You are the space, infinite consciousness. So one who realizes this, tushnim bhava, that person becomes quiet. Svaprakashamadhishthanam swayam bhuya sadatmana brahmandam api pindandam tyajatam malabhandavat. So if I detach from the body and I say that I am not this body, then who am I? Swaprakasham. I am that infinite consciousness which is self-luminous. Swaprakasham means what? It is that which shines first by itself. In the light of that, everything else is known. Which is what we chant in our Arati mantra. Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam, nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi. Tam eva bhantam anubhati sarvam. See this Swaprakasham, the more one thinks about this Swaprakasham, more one will realize that my nature is aham. Tattva. I am that infinite consciousness which is in the heart. Aham, aham, aham. Every single moment it is there. It does not need anything else. That's why it is Svaprakasham. Does the sun require torchlight? The lamp to illumine? In the lamp light I will see the sun. No, the nature of the sun is light. Same way, the nature of the Atma is infinite consciousness, is Chit, is awareness all the time. It is that Chaitanya Swarup Atma which enlivens the prana, which enlivens the senses, and through the senses I experience the world. So if somebody says ki, I have understood Brahman, but I am not experiencing, that means you didn't understand Brahman. Why? Because that Brahman is somewhere out there. Where is that Brahman? Inside where? Inside the body? Everywhere in the body? The feeling aham, every moment you feel, na, I am. Each of you feel or not? Do you feel I am not? Can you ever feel I am not? Try that. If you can feel, one great opportunity to set a Guinness Book of World Record. The first person who feels I am not. As a mind I may feel I am not in deep sleep. But that again I am not conscious in that state. Mind is not there. But consciously there will never be an experience I am not. Mind can come and go. Body can come and go. But I am. All the time my feeling will be I am. Even when the BMI I am not aware of in the deep sleep, I am. In Samadhi, I am. Under chloroform, I am, whatever be the state of the BMI, manifest or unmanifest, I am will never vanish. And when you wake up, who wakes up first? I am as consciousness always present. Then that small little ego rises first. That small vritti, that is called aham vritti, little I. That little I rises up first, which then further identifies with the body, with the senses, then experiences the world. So I rise first, world is born into me. But what is our notion when we identify with the body? That world is existing on its own and now I have woken up inside the world. That is what the illusion this body creates. When I think I am the body, then I feel I am born in the world. But actually, I am that consciousness in whom the world is born. And that consciousness will never become absent. And it doesn't require any other medium to know it. To see this Apple pencil, what do I need? Eyes are required. No, without eyes, can I see? Can't see. For the eyes to be able to see and recognize this, what is required? Mind is required. If the mind is not backing the eye, even if this is seen, I won't recognize it. For the mind to function, buddhi is required. For the buddhi to function, ego is required. Small I has to be there. For that ego to function, what is required? Consciousness is required. But for consciousness to be functioning, anything else is required? No. It is swaprakasha. To know it, nothing else is required. And that is what is called as Chetan. What is Chetan? What is the difference between Jada and Chetan? This is Swayam Bhati Anyan Bhasayet Sadhanam Vina. This is consciousness. What is the difference between Chaitanya and Jada? That which is Chaitanya knows itself, Swayam Bhati, Anyan Bhasayet, and it illumines others, Sadhanam Vina, without any equipment. Can the eye see without any other help? No, it cannot. It needs the mind, it needs the intellect, which needs the ego, which needs the consciousness. This is in Drigdrishya Vivek. What I have said here is in a book called Drigdrishya Vivek. Swayam Bhati, it is self-luminous. I am rises first, then all the other adjectives. I am happy, I am sad, I am young, I am tall, I am dark, I am handsome, I am thin. Even if adjectives are not there, I am will remain at all times. That is called Swayam Bhati. It illumines by itself. There is nothing it requires. Which is why when somebody says, God created the world, who created God? If you say who created God, that means God has become the effect. Nobody created God. God is Swayambhu. That's what the next word. Swaprakasham adhishthanam swayambhuya sadatmana. It is self-existent. Swayambhu is self-existent. Means it is Sat. It was, it is, it will be always there, changeless. And it is self-illumining, which means it is Chit. This is my nature. Swaprakasham, and it is the adhisthana, it is the substratum. See, this is the understanding of Swayambhu in our Sanatana Dharma. When we say so many of the Jyotirlinga are Swayambhu. So many of the Ashtavinayak, they are Swayambhu. Swayambhu meaning what? Self-existent, representing infinite consciousness. Nobody has created, nobody has made an idol out of it, just manifested. So Swayambhu means this. The consciousness has not been created by somebody. It has always been there. Swayambhuya sada atmana. Now this contemplation one has to do. That I am that Swayambhu. I am adhisthana. Adhisthana means the substratum. One simple principle is this. Substratum is never affected by the superimposition. Will the sand in the desert become wet by the mirage water? Why? Because the substratum which is sand, that alone is real. Superimposition, which is the water, is illusory. The illusory and the substratum, the real, they don't meet at all. The substratum supports the illusion, but it is never affected by the illusion. Now apply this to mind. Thoughts are a superimposition, they are not real. But today the greatest persecution is what? Thought persecution. My thought tells me I am miserable. What do I feel? I am miserable. And who are you? Vedanta is saying, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivam. I am Ananda Rupa. Morning meditation is Ananda Rupa. And then went to breakfast and Upma was there, Dukkha Rupa. In 1 minute, अरे उपमा दे दिया यार. 1 second में दुख रूपा. Why? Because the thought came in the mind, I am dukhi, finished. The moment I say I am dukhi, gone. That is identification. It is just a thought. One Mahatma Ji gave a nice example. I keep giving this example so many times. So he said, suppose a donkey comes here. What will you do? You will send it out, na? Or will you jump on it? Will you sit on it and start riding? He said every day 60,000 donkeys are coming into your mind and you are jumping on each of them. Think about it, how. And what do we want? गधे के ऊपर बैठ बैठ के हमको शांति चाहिए. एक गधा छोड़ा, दूसरा गधा पकड़ा, तीसरा गधा पकड़ा, चौथा गधा पकड़ा. उसमें एक गधा पकड़ते पकड़ते क्या चाहिए? शांति चाहिए. स्वामी जी, कैसे मिलेगी भाई? These are thoughts, they come, they go. I am the substratum, I am not the superimposition. A thought of anger came, I saw it is a thought of anger, I know it is there, it will go. But what do I say? I am angry. That is called identification. Adhisthana is not affected by what is adhyasta. What is the adhyasa, sorry. Adhyasa will never affect the adhisthana. Superimposition will never affect the substratum. Again and again I have to tell this to my mind. Lusty thought comes, observe. Angry thought comes, observe. And the best part is if you don't feed it, it will just die. We feed it. Our problem is that. If there is a cradle which is rocking, small child is in a cradle and you rock, so the child will go to sleep. Till you go on rocking, it will rock. If you stop rocking, what will happen? It will come back to still. Same way, we are feeding the thought. The more I feed the thought, the more it will rise. If I don't feed, I stop feeding the thought, it will die naturally. Thought, to drop a thought is not at all a struggle. Because it is in the nature of the thought to die. It will rise, it will die. The wave will rise and the wave will fall. Do I have to do anything to make the wave fall? No. Thought will come, thought will go. Which is why I must have that ability to just stand apart. I can stand apart only when the thought flow becomes lesser. At the moment, thought flow is a lot, so I'm not able to stand apart. And at the moment, the attachment to the thoughts also is a lot, so I'm not able to stand apart. If the thoughts become purer, I will be able to detach. If the thoughts have impurity, I cannot detach. That's why the purity of mind is important. And quantity of thoughts have to become lesser. So, Swaprakasham Adhishthanam Swayambhuya Sadatmana. Continuously contemplate on this. My nature is Adhisthana. My nature is Swaprakasha. My nature is Swayambhu. I am not the body which is created. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. With this steady contemplation, what should one do? Brahmandam api pindandam. Drop the attachment to the body also, pinda, and to the Brahmanda also, to the creation. Tyajatam malabhandavat, like two dustbins. Renounce. Which are the two dustbins? The body identification and the world. Meaning the two basic causes of sorrow, what we saw in the first class, no? Atmani, Anatmani Atma Buddhi, to think of this body as real, this not self as the self, and Jagati Satya Buddhi, that the world is real, happiness is in the world. These two notions I have to drop. Don't say that now I have to abandon the whole world as a dustbin, so chalo, gather. सबको गैदर करके डस्टबिन में डालो. No, false identification that is there, that has to be dropped. Malabhandavat. Meaning, if I do this, pindandam api brahmandam, this individuality and this totality, both are illusory, abandon it. Meaning, drop the reality given to the world, drop the identification for the body. One more we will take now and then we will stop. Chidatmani sadanande deharudha maham dhiyam niveshya lingam utsrijya kevalo bhava sarvada. Chidatmani sadanande, in that which is infinite consciousness, sadananda, which is of the nature of illumination, deha rudham aham dhiyam. At the moment my identification is with this body, deha rudham. My small sense of I, aham dhiyam, is in the body. From there I have to shift it to what? Chidatmani, to that consciousness. Niveshya lingam, this subtle body, this mind of mine, what should I do? Drop the false identification with the mind. Lingam utsrijya. Having abandoned the false identification with the mind, kevalo bhava sarvada. So till now about the body was said, now what is said is about the mind. The previous verse and this verse is about the body mind. Earlier it was said with the impurity of the parents, this body is made. Abandon it. That was specifically for gross body. Now this is telling for subtle body. So one meaning of the word linga is what? Subtle body. Linga sharira means subtle body. And so when we say Shiva Linga, what is the meaning of Shiva Linga? Linga word also means Linam Gamayati. Iti Lingam. That because of that in which the mind becomes completely silent. Linam Gamayati. Shivalinga means infinite consciousness, in which the mind will become silent. So Linga Sharira means the subtle body. It is the subtle body whose presence is there in the gross body, because of which the gross body is alive. So he says, Lingam Utsrujya, abandon the identification with the subtle body. I am not the subtle body. I am the consciousness enlivening the subtle body. When I contemplate that way, I am the consciousness, I am not the mind, I am not the thoughts, I am not the emotion. Then what happens? Kevalo bhava sarvada. Kevala. Kevala means alone or one. Where there is no bheda. Three forms of bheda are there. What are they? Vijatiya, Sajatiya, and Swagata. Not Swagata, Swagata. Vijatiya means different species. Cow is different, dog is different, human is different, parrot is different, all different species. Brahman does not have Vijatiya Bheda. There are not different types of Brahman. Even though one may say, Saguna Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, all that, but it is only one Brahman. There is no different types of Brahman. Then there is no Sajatiya Bheda. In the same species, different types. Meaning, in dog only, how many different types of dogs will be there? Alsatian dog will be there, Doberman will be there, what is that, Golden Retriever will be there. They all are different types of dogs. So there are no types of Brahman. So this is different species, this is in the same species, different types. Brahman doesn't have all that. And Swagata Bheda means no parts. In that same dog, one dog, the hand is the legs are different, the head is different, stomach is different, tail is different. That is Swagata Bheda. The internal differences, they are also not there. In Brahman there are no parts, so there are no differences. Meaning what? I am that one homogeneous infinite consciousness where there is no duality of any species, of the same species, of different parts, nothing. That is this. Kevalo bhava sarvada. At all times I am that. Not only at the time of sadhana, at all times I am that one consciousness alone. This contemplation one has to do again and again and again. That I am not this mind. So many different types of thoughts come in the mind, but consciousness enlivening them is the same. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are 6 types of impurities. Same way there are other thoughts which are good thoughts. Abhayam, Sattva, Samshuddhi, Gnana, Yoga, Vyavasthitihi, Danam, Damascha, Yajnascha. All those are positive values. They also arise. Positive thoughts or negative thoughts, they are not me. I am consciousness. For my duty, for my work, whatever thoughts I need to entertain, I entertain. But I know very clearly that these are only thoughts in the mind. I am not limited by those thoughts. I am not defined by those thoughts. I am not affected by those thoughts. These 3 things we should always know. I am not limited by thoughts. I am not defined by my thoughts. And I am not affected by my thoughts. Today we are doing all the 3. I am defining myself with my thought only, except that I don't know who am I. I am limiting myself with the thought, what I can do, what I can't do. And I am also affected by my thoughts. Whereas the truth is, I am none of these thoughts. They come and they go. I am only awareness. And as awareness, I am infinite. So this is what Vedanta is telling us, Kevalo Bhava, just be that one absolute truth, that consciousness. Abandon different types of thoughts, different categories of thoughts. Each thought has some or the other object in it. I am none of these. So for now we will stop here. Om Purnamada पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ